Welcome to this edition of Your Inner Voice podcast. You'll see a brief introduction of the topics that will be presented at the 2025 Flagstaff Dowsers Conference, October 15th to the 21st, 2025, in Flagstaff, Arizona, at the Little America Hotel. For further details, visit www.flagstaffdowsers.com. We look forward to seeing you there. Greetings. Welcome to our podcast called Your Inner Voice. I'm Susan McNeil Spooler, and today I have the privilege and the honor of speaking with Nick Salzman, who will be a speaker at the Flagstaff Dowser Conference, which is October 15th to the 21st, 2025 in Flagstaff, Arizona. Nick, tell us about yourself and about your great class.
Hey, you guys, how's it going? Nick Salzman here. Been into the world of dowsing and using the pendulum for about 15 years now, and I've come across something over the years that I've been able to fixate on and focus on. I'd like an opportunity to share it with the group down in Flagstaff this year. So my topic of presentation is going to be over the vanishing twin. Is this more than just something of a lost pregnancy due to some sort of a imbalance, or is there a little bit more to this that we don't know about? Is there some sort of reason that a soul may incarnate into our life in order to help alleviate the suffering of others? Is it possible that being around the presence of something like this can also help enhance certain dormant abilities that can help us perceive things not normally seen with the eye? In our class, we're going to talk a little bit about how all of this comes to be and how about the possibility that the vanishing twin might be more of a physical phenomena and also a spiritual phenomenon, something that'll help give us a little bit of insight and guidance on some of the mysteries that kind of plague some of the many people in the spiritual communities around the world. I can't wait to show you all the connections and everything that I've found with this work that I've done, and I'm really looking forward to presenting something that I know you've never heard anything about. So thank you for the opportunity to present this year.
That's fascinating. That's an interesting concept. My husband is a twin. He's a fraternal twin. He has a twin sister, and it's interesting over the years the various commonalities and non-commonalities that happen, and the various medical conditions that they take on as well. So,
Mhm.
but what you're
Yeah,
talking. Go ahead.
Yep. So, how does this relate to the world of dowsing? Because right now we haven't really talked about dowsing with it, is that we have an ability to be able to detect some of the things that most people can't perceive, whether it's earth energy lines, finding water underground. And in this case, we might be able to find the presence of something that holds a very high significance within our family lineage. And it might even help us point right to that spot within us of who we are and why we're here and what kind of potentials can we bring to the table with this kind of knowledge.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm sure people will be fascinated by this topic. And what's the name of the class? What's the name of the class will be the hidden twin?
The vanishing twin.
Vanishing twin. So how did you come up with this? This is pretty innovative and
Yeah, Susan, years ago, man, when I used to just start trying to get reads on people with their energy and stuff, and something's making me feel off or da 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 da. One of these basic charts that I had from Mirror Water way back when had a selection on there called negative earth energy. And I found that sometimes people that were sick or sometimes people that were constantly being haunted or whatever, for some reason, this was present in their energy field. I didn't really know what to think about it. It just came off as negative earth energy. But then I started noticing that a lot of it accumulated with women, but it also was found in children. And then this was something that I found usually attached to some sort of part of the thymus chakra, which is a part that is connected to everything in our physical body.
Right.
And I started noticing that this would also appear randomly, almost like jumping a generation. So after I started diving into this and trying to figure out what it started leading me towards the path that this had some sort of connection with an imbalance or some sort of loss of pregnancy, whether it be from like a miscarriage or an abortion or a stillborn, or what I would really like to talk about, the vanishing twin, because there was a lot of people that were being affected one way or the other by something they couldn't explain, because to the best of their knowledge, they never had a miscarriage, they never had an abortion, and yet something like this persists. But it also helps paint a different picture when you start learning about why certain children are born with like really strong childhood cancers and tumors. And it really just kind of helps show some of the stuff that Western medicine has been able to document about the different kinds of growths and all this kind of stuff that's in there. But the neat thing about this is that through the dowsing system, we've been able to learn to detect certain root causes of stuff. And so anything that takes hold in the physical body has a root in the energy field. And if we know how to find it and we know what we're looking for, we can create balance and harmony in a place where there might be some sort of distortion. And so that's where this world kind of connects with pendulum using and pendulum dowsing and stuff. And so there's a little bit more that goes into it, but generally this is something that can be detected. And then I've just kind of broke it down and spliced it into all different kinds of possibilities of twins and some of the other things that could happen and potential hazards for surviving twins. And then not only that, the really fun parts when we talk about the emotional and spiritual components of this kind of stuff and how it affects people. And I really think a lot of people don't know much about it. And I think once we make the connection, there's a certain piece that comes to mind. And it's almost like putting that last piece of a puzzle together that helps people understand themselves and be complete. And really give a lot of validation for certain ways that people feel, where it's like maybe they're a female and they always felt like a boy in their life, or something like that, and vice versa, and just really help give people concrete information that I think would help them understand why they feel that way and not just something that's in your mind.
Fascinating. Now you have some interesting pendulums you'll be bringing to the conference, won't you?
Mhm. I will be.
Do you have any to show us?
So I do. I have a special one I'm going to bring to you guys. This is a brand new one I came out with. So if you guys have heard some of my talks before, you always hear me talk about doing spiritual clearings of like deceased people or non-human spirits. And now this area too, which what I would just call astral fragments. Some of you guys might have heard me talk about it before, but I've developed a pendulum that I'm able to take the three areas that I work the most in, and this one pendulum does the work in all the areas. I don't have to change it to a different pendulum. I know some people don't believe you need a different one, but for me, this one seems to work really, really well. So what I have here, it's a shape. I call this
Wow.
one the luminary pendulum. This one has a sphere at the top. It has 6 cylinders around the center, and it has a pyramid at the bottom. You guys ever noticed one of the things I had this in my idea, and then when the whole pyramid thing came out about there being shafts underneath it, it just totally said, okay, go forward with this. So the cool thing about this, so what we're looking at here, the top of this is the pyramid. Beneath it has a shaft, has 6 rings. Now, if you guys have seen anything in the news about what they found underneath the pyramids with those cylinder shafts that go underground and stuff, I had kind of an idea in my head about this pendulum, but when that information came out, I sat down and I put it together that night and put something that I think is going to be really revolutionary when it comes to making a lot of my pendulums obsolete. So I'm always in the quest of delivering better tools to give you guys ways to create change in your life, but more importantly, something that I think you're able to connect with and that feels good to hold, and just something that you're going to be comfortable working with. Okay. So this luminary pendulum is something that I think is going to be really exciting to bring down to Flagstaff this year, because it's unlike any of the ones that I have, and it really outperforms the majority of the ones that I do have.
That's fantastic. I know you. The ones we've gotten for you before were just, that just the feel of them. You hold it up and you feel the energy. You feel that it's emanating a different vibration, and each one has a different vibration to it. and you can
Mhm.
feel it in different parts. I feel them in different parts of my body, and I think that that has to do with the purpose of them, what they're reaching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to know a little bit more of the stuff behind it, what this is the yellow frequency. And so, what this really helps align people with is their will. It helps strengthen that center where their will is developed. It also is very good at doing any kind of balancing within the lower three chakras, which I think sometimes trauma and emotions can easily get stuck in there. Because it's a yellow frequency, it's extremely good at strengthening your aura and doing any kind of repair work that some Reiki practitioners might find interesting. Um, but more importantly, it's also a really strong clearing device too. So it's something that if you had any kind of negative energy within a home, whether it be residual energy or an actual spirit, this stuff you're able to connect with and clear with really easy with.
Fantastic. So you'll be up on the you're on the up on the conference website, flagstaffdowsers.com. I'll be putting text in, so I'll put your website on there as well, so people can reach out to you, and if they have other questions, and hopefully we will see. Look forward to seeing everybody at the Flagstaff Dowser Conference, October 15th to the 21st at the Little America Hotel. It's a beautiful facility, and we'll have a vendor room, and Nick will be there, and we'll have all sorts of fun stuff that people will enjoy. And I look forward to seeing you, Nick. I can't wait.
Heck yeah, Susan, this is going to be great. And I really look forward to bringing you guys something new that I've never talked about and something I've never heard anybody else talk about.
Yes, I agree. Okay, fantastic. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in Flagstaff.
Season. There's another one that's right here that's outlined in gold. So once again, showing the power of seven. Seven is something that I found is really good for creation and is something that I think is directly tied with me and very significant in this point in my life. Sevens keep popping up all over the place, even though like my birthday's December 7th and my last name has seven numbers or letters in it. You know, all this and that. I was born at 1027 and anyways, seven was the number that I was told. So I put six rings around here and then one up here that I outlined in gold.